attendance also. And then we can have the discussions. Okay. I hope everyone is still in the session. Yes or no? We'll talk some general topic, okay, about the basics of the software development. Okay. So because we got some information, so it is like full stack web development track. Let you confirm. Okay. So in the meanwhile, we'll just discuss about the basic topics of what is software development, and then from tomorrow onwards, we'll get a clarification. Clear? Yes. Okay. Can I get some response from your end, students? Is it fine? So don't worry, I will tell you what is the update. Okay, by tomorrow morning itself, I will tell you. So what is the update is going to be. Okay, so as of now, we can continue with this basic facts. What is software development? Okay, this is also interesting topic. So we will understand so how in the industries it is going to be. Okay, so this topic is going to be interesting for you. So let's see. So what is this topic is? The first topic is all about the software development. So fundamentals of software. So if it is in a software development, it is what do you think it's going to be a software development? Okay, fundamentals. So here in the PPT, we'll be getting familiar with software developments and essentials of a Java programming. Getting familiar with software developments. So what are the topics and the objectives you will be learning today? Let's see. What is software development? What are the different types of softwares we have? And what is SDLC? So these are very important, students. You may think why we have added this one. There are some positions opening for this software development part also. Okay, you should know what is happening in the projects. Okay, how from the starting point to the ending point, what are the analysis has been done, and how the project is get executed, and how they are saying it is it is a successful project. So that we should understand. Okay, so SDLC and STLC stages, software development models, and software application architecture. So these are the some softwares we have. These are the some applications, and this is browsers. We have OS, and the apps we have, and Excel, Word. What is software? So may I ask you this question? So what is a software is all about? What is software? So that we already know. It's like a set of instruction or set of steps to be performed or to perform a task, right? So that is going to be called, that is going to be what? Software. Am I right? So what are the different softwares we have? First is system software and program software and application software. System software means is nothing but, okay, my hardware. So if you buy any hardware from your sorry, from any kind, any shop, let's say I bought my new laptop. Okay, it is going to be let's take consider Redmi. Okay, Redmi is my laptop. In a Redmi laptop, if I buy something and I don't have any software application inside my laptop, I'm just having only the hardware. Is it going to function? No, right? So that application, the software, that is how I can interact with the application software and the hardware. It's going to be the intermediate part. It is going to be what? The system softwares. Okay, what are the different system softwares we have? Windows, Mac, Android, iOS. There are the other additional softwares also we have for this communication for the hardware and the application software application. Okay, and a program softwares in the sense, definitely you guys have experienced about C, C++ or Java or PHP or Python, right? For each and everything, we'll be definitely having some text editors or a compiler, linkers, debuggers, and other tools. Let's say consider we can take some two softwares. Okay, one is Java, the other one is Python. Okay, it is really in the peak, right? Java and Python. If you type something on the Java and if there is any error occurs, what happened? It will show it on your console. So debugger is already in the, if I use some ID is called as Eclipse, it is showing the error. So that is going to be what? The debugger option is visible to you, right? So like that, for each and everything, a programmer tools, which is, embedded there. So that is called as a program software. In application softwares, everyone would have used the application software, who were in the session, right? So because you are from computer science department and EC department, and some are from the other departments, right? So you would have experienced this kind of application softwares. Like what are the applications we have? Word, Excel, the other spreadsheets, web browsers, graphic software. So these are the some application softwares which we are trying to download it from the online, and we are using it on our systems. So that is going to be what? Our application softwares. So what is then software development? So we know what is software and what are the different softwares we have, right? So what is going to be a software development now? Software development refers to a set of computer science activities dedicated to the process of how you create, how you design, how you deploy, and how you support the software. Guys, just underline these terms. Why? Because if you're going to, sometimes you may have some idea, right? You can also become a business kind of goals you might have in a future once you good in your software. So at the time you should be very concentrated, because if you are going to get a profit from your project, then these are the things you should know. You can, as a developer now, you can create or you can design it, but how the user is going to use, that is deploying the software, and once the software has been received the customers, okay, they will be experiencing something. So we don't want to take some other example. You can think of yourself. Everyone is using one different software. So let's consider this OS, Windows OS. Okay. Today I'm using this Windows OS. It is working fine. I have done some updation on my Windows. Then what happened? So definitely something is going to happen on my system, some updates. And if I open on the tomorrow morning, I can see that some application is not performing well after updating the Windows. So whom I will contact? I'll be contacting the Windows support, right? So I'm not the proper things before it was working good, but now I'm facing some little bit issue because of this Windows update. Okay, so that was my concern. So that was my issue and the problem. So I'll be asking with that particular team. So this everything you should do. Okay. And software itself is a set of instructions or a program that tell a computer what to do. Yeah, obviously. We know we learned about the algorithm and the steps which we need to follow to make the program or make the software to run properly, right? And it is a independent of hardware and makes a computer programmable. Clear? Yes. Any questions from your end? You can ask me. Okay. So next is this is very interesting part, students. Software development life cycle. So what is the software development life cycle? SDLC aims to produce a high quality software. So we understand what are the steps we need to follow for the software development. This is a life cycle. If you follow this life cycle, okay, then your project will meet, see here this point, exceeds the customer expectations, or and reaches a completion within a time and the cost estimate. What is this all about? Okay, if you are working in an IT industry, okay, you can consider like that. Uh, you don't know whether your project is going to get succeed or not. So that is a totally a wrong thing, right? You should know whether the project is going to succeed or it is going to fail. Because whenever you work in an industry, you should they understand the concepts what they are doing, right? So here also in a life cycle, from this life cycle, you can easily measure and you can easily meet the customer expectation, and also you can complete the project within a deadline. So what happened if you let's take you are working in a Spring Boot. Okay, in a Spring Boot application, what happened? So they will give some deadline. Okay, they will give some deadline. So you have to complete within a month, or you have to complete within some 20 days. You should complete that project within that 20 days, right? So the time and the cost estimation of the project. So what is the cost estimation? Like what are the technologies you are going to use, and what are the different resources you need? Everything, the cost estimations also will be reach the completions. And the STLC is a process followed for a software project within a software organization. So let's see now one by one. So I'm going to ask you the questions as you guys are much interested in artificial intelligence. So let's check. So what is called requirement analysis now? What do you think? Just imagine any of the organization. Okay, you can imagine TCS or Infosys. What are the CMM level of 5 companies or 3 to 4? Okay, just imagine what are the companies in your mind and think what is called requirement analysis for them. I need your answers. If you don't know, also you can always put the answers. No idea. If you don't have any idea, you can just put it in the chat box. I can explain you. This is really important point. This is important topic which we have included, because for this also there are openings are there. No idea, Deepti. Okay, okay, fine. So requirement analysis is nothing but, for example, let's take, we don't know what is a project. Okay, we don't know what is a project, and we don't know the exact date. Let's think like this. Okay, Deepti is there. Deepti, I'm the stakeholders, or I'm a client. Okay, I'm coming to Deepti. I'm telling Deepti, you are going to handle this project. I need this project to get succeed. Okay, what are the things will come into your mind for Deepti? What do you think? So you will think like, I need to achieve this, it successfully, and I should meet the expectation of the customer. Okay, to meet the expectation of the customers, what are the things you need to get for a organization? You have to check the budget. Okay, you need to check the budget analysis, and what are the duration you are going to take for this project, and the other requirements. What are the requirements you need for this project? So that you will be evaluating, and you will sit with the customers and the stakeholders, and you will create one analysis. So actually this requirement analysis will be taken care by the senior team member who's newly joined, so they cannot do this. Okay, who have a good experience in the software development life cycle process, they can only handle this thing. Okay, clear? So they will be creating a budgets, and the other the cost analysis and the durations will be handled in this particular requirement analysis. Okay, then what is called defining then? What is called defining? So any guesses for defining? No idea? Okay, so let's see. Not a problem. So first point, everyone understood for requirement analysis. Any questions on that? You can just ask me. Okay, I hope you guys don't have any questions. Okay. So then we can jump into defining. Defining means here we will create one document that is called as SRS. SRS means a software requirement specification. Okay. So here in the software requirement specifications, we will be having a detailed documentation of all the things. Okay. Everything will be document in the defining part. So what does document means? Whatever you have done in the requirement analysis, so that will be defined in this defining part. And what is called designing then? Designing means here in the designing part, you will create one design. Okay, so in this design, you can understand the real layout for the designing part. So that will be under this designing part. And final, this is coding. So coding you definitely know. So once the designing part is given, is ready, then using the designing part. So because it is defined and it is analyzed clearly. So now you can start with the coding part. So what is in the designing? Designing is nothing but the client will have given some technologies and what to use and what are the timings you have to complete. Everything will be mentioned in this designing part. So then you are ready with your coding. So if you are ready with your coding, so coding you can create depend upon your client things. Okay. So they based upon your client things, you can create a second. Okay, ma. So the coding part, so that is about a different programming. So depend upon the project and depend upon the client. So it get varied, right? So you may use Python or you may use Java or you may use Spring Boot, new technologies. So it's entirely depend upon the project. So if it is going to be a single page application, you can go with the React JS, right? So like that, the coding part, once it is done, then we will moving to the testing part. What is testing part? So this you can tell me, what is testing part? So what is testing part, students? This you can easily tell me. After the coding, something is going to test, right? So what is the testing part? So in the testing part, they will be tracking the bugs. Okay. Whatever, let's consider. I have a banking website or any kind of, okay, let's take a banking website. Okay. So the user is giving his user ID and the password and logging to the website. Okay. So we need to check whether the login is functioning properly and whether it is going to the next page. So each and everything will be tested using this testing. Okay, clear? And next is deployment. Deployment in the sense, once it is, the testing is completed, the deployment in the sense it is used by the users. So we'll be publishing or giving it in the market. Okay, we will, sharing this application to the market. So that is called as a deployment. Once it is shared in the market, then finally we need to track the feedbacks and the other sort of issues if the customers are facing. So whatever the feedbacks, we need to get it from the customer. So that is the maintenance. So these are the steps we need to follow for what? SDLC, software development lifecycle. Clear, students, everyone, about SDLC? Yes or no? So don't worry about the track. So we'll let you know. So as of now, just understand about the SDLC topic. So this is, we have a different openings for this one, right? So as you guys understand what is SDLC, yes or no? Can I get some response, students? Yes, thank you. So next is, what is software development model? We know what is SDLC, then why we need model? So model in the sense, so it depend upon the company, the organization, the projects, it get varied. Some organization will have a very, the small projects they can have. Sometimes they will be having a larger projects. So the model get varied, right? So we can't use the same model for the, different projects. So these models also are also referred to as a software development process models. Each process model follows a series of steps unique to its type to ensure the success in the process of software development. Okay. So waterfall model, iterative model, prototype model, spiral model, and agile model. So let's see about waterfall model. What are the steps we have? Requirement, analysis, design, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. So from the diagram, you can see it is in the downwards. So if one step completed properly, then only we can go to the next part. For each and everything, there is, some verification is needed. Certification will be provided for each and every steps for this waterfall model. Okay. And this is also called as a continuous software development model. Here. So now we'll just understand the real-time example for this, waterfall model. Example, I'm trying to create a mobile applications. Okay, if I'm trying to create a mobile application, that is my project. So in the first step, what happened is you define the app features and functionalities. So what is the application? And you will just identify the features and the functionalities of this requirement analysis. And the second step is design. In the design phases, you will create the app structure and user interfaces. You will create a app structure. You will be creating app structure. What is the structure is going to be, and the user interfaces for that particular mobile application. And implementation, obviously, it is going to be a coding part. Implementation, we can otherwise we can say it as a coding, right? So and then testing to ensure each features what we have designed in the requirement analysis working fine or not. So that we will testing in the testing place. And what is deployment? Releasing the app to the app store. So that is called as a deployment. And maintenance includes, ongoing the updates and bug fixes. So that is about maintenance. Clear everyone about the waterfall models in a very simple way. In a mobile applications, how it is going to define. Guys, today we will take the attendance. Okay, how many students are attending the session? So that will also be considered. Okay, I'm going to make a note of it. Okay, don't please, don't go out of the session. So everyone, I hope you guys have understood what is waterfall model. So in the real time, how it is going to be clear. It is going to be a mobile applications, how the process is going to be. So next we can see the advantages and disadvantages of this. Before that next phase of development, each phase must be developed. Okay. So if you're going to the next step, the first step should be completed. Otherwise, you should not go. And suited for the smaller projects. This only suitable for the small project. If you are going to create very simple applications, then you can go with this. Otherwise, please don't choose this one. This is only for the smaller projects. And what are the disadvantages? An error can be fixed only during the phases. If you are in the requirement analysis and you are into the next step, designing, and you are trying to change the requirement analysis, you cannot do that. Okay, that error cannot be fixed. Testing period comes quite late in the development process. Yeah. And we can complete this iterative model and then I'll be taking things. I'll tell you. So iterative model of planning, requirement analysis, and design. So planning and requirement in the image, what you can identify from the previous image. So what is the difference, Ma? Can anyone tell me what's the difference of this, previous image and this image? Yes, tell me, Ma. So what is the difference you can find from the previous image and this one? Whatever the answer, you can just tell me. Any idea about this one? No one is telling anything. Why you guys are so silent? So what is the difference between the previous? Everyone is so tired of the college regular classes. That may be the reason. Hmm? That may be the reason, students. Okay, let me explain this. Okay. So I hope you guys don't have any idea. That's why you are so silent. Let me consider that. Okay. So let's see. Iterative model is a here it will be broken down into the smaller cycle. You can see if something you want to change it in the design part, you can change it. Again, if you are in the development part, you can also again you can change the detailed design. Again, you can see each and every steps has been iterating and again and again. So that can be done in the iterative model. Okay. So each iteration goes through the phases of planning, designing, implementation, everything we should follow like this. So real time we can consider if I'm trying to develop a website. Okay, I'm trying to create a developer website. This is going to be the first iteration. You might plan and design the basic structure of a website. So that is the first idea. You can also guys before creating a website, you need to create a plan or the frameworks how it's going to be. So once you design the planning part, then in the second iteration, you implement and add some features like how you can add some navigations and user, registrations like that. You can include something in the in the implementations part, and subsequently the iteration again refines and improve. Again, you what you can do, again you can refine something from the implement from the customers. You can get the feedbacks from the user, and you can again change the requirement, and again you can give some quality website again. So this can be done, right? Exactly. And iterative model allows for flexibility and ability to adapt to change during the development. So well suited for a project where a requirement may evolve or need a frequent validations. Clear, ma? So now we can see the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: some working functionality can be developed yearly in the software development life cycle, and the another one is it is easily adaptable to the ever changing needs of project as well as a client. More resources may be required here, and although the cost of change is lesser, it is not very suitable for changing the requirement. You cannot change the requirement, each one you cannot change it, but still it is going to be a cost of change is going to be lesser. Clear? So as of now, we have know about what is the topic and what is software, types of software, and what is software development life cycle, and what are the different models we have, and we gone through what is waterfall model and iterative model. From this, any questions you have, students, please let me know. As of now, any questions? Can anyone summarize the today's topic? Can anyone summarize today's topic, or you can put it in the chat box also, what you have learned today? That definitely you should know. So today we know about the welcome sections of what are the different percentage. It is going to be a AA or full stack development, the same thing. You need to complete your capstone project, and you should be more than 60% of assessment scores, and attendance should be more than 70%. And assessment, if you see final and midterm, you have final assessment, you'll be having 40 questions, and the midterm, you'll be having a 30 questions. Okay. And today we just basics of what is software development. Okay. If you have any questions here, you can ask me now.